The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. In those days before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, up to the day that Noah entered the ark. They did not know until the flood came and carried them all away. So will it be also at the coming of the Son of Man. 2 men will be out in the field, one will be taken and one will be left. 2 women will be grinding at the mill, one will be taken and one will be left. Therefore, stay awake, for you do not know on which day your Lord will come. Be sure of this. If the master of the house had known the hour of night when the thief was coming, he would have stayed awake and not let his house be broken into. So too, you also must be prepared. For at an hour you do not expect, the Son of Man will come." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
An alarm clock is a useful and necessary, if at times annoying, item in our lives. We need to be awakened to start our day or reminded of a commitment. We have alarm clocks, alarm on our phone. We have alarms even on our watches. We are surrounded by beeps and bells and every sort of sound you can imagine, reminding us that we have to do something. Advent is an alarm clock that is sounding constantly. It's an alarm going off calling us to be awake, to be alert. Not just because Christmas is coming and we have to prepare to celebrate the birth of Jesus, and not just because Jesus will again one day come in glory and we have to be prepared for our final judgment. That alarm sounds constantly to remind us that Jesus is always in our midst. He's present in every person we encounter. To be awake and alert isn't about what we're doing. 2 men were in the field, 2 women were grinding at the mill. We didn't hear that one man was in the temple praying while the other man was in the field, or one woman was helping a neighbor while the other was at the mill. In each pair, both of them were doing the exact same thing. But something was different. One was taken and one was left. The difference must have been something internal. One was awake, alert. In the words of the gospel, one was prepared. One was aware that Jesus was already in their midst. To turn swords into plowshares and spears into pruning hooks means make a complete change. They can no longer be used for fighting again. St. Paul said to the Romans, "Throw off the works of darkness and put on the armor of light." We are called to leave our former manner of living behind as one leaves sleep behind when one awakes. We are called to change our lives, to live the way of Jesus, to make a complete change. Then we will be awake, alert, and prepared. We will see that Jesus is always in our midst. I know I've said this before. Pope John the 23rd was once asked what he would tell the people working in the Vatican if he heard that Jesus was coming for the second time. And he responded, "Look busy." Advent this year is as long as it can possibly be. 4 full weeks. 4 weeks of hearing that alarm go off constantly. We can tune it out, or we can use it to become awake, alert, and prepared. 4 weeks, not just to look busy, but to be busy. Busy living lives that show Jesus is always in our midst.